So, I mean, I'll confess, I have not been doing as many comments in the Daily Mail as I used to. But then the AI is just kicking in big style. The comments that I do manage to get through, statistically, I do well. But there are so few. But, for example, this. Bloodbath on the streets as millions of dogs are massacred by firing squad ahead of the World Cup. Now, they are essentially talking about killing 3 million strays to apparently make way to make the place look apparently more pleasant or more affluent or whatever for people to collectively around the world. No mistaking of the wording there. To kick a piece of fucking leather about a piece of grass. I'll be honest, I think anybody that's known me long enough, I could not give two flying fucks about football. I think in many ways it has destroyed our cultures round the world. Because people were far more tribal in the sense of the embracement of their own nations, regions, all the rest of it. And then when you look at the UK, late 1800s, all of a sudden you've got these football teams kicking about. And instead of giving a shit about the genuine people around you, fuck this community pish that's been hijacked. That's our communities. Really, the herding on steroids over the last 150 years. Seriously. That you see so many pubs, the ones that are still open, wall to wall with screens, because it takes away the conversation. And that's by design. And when you think that, and more so over the decades, that for many, that all they can talk about is how their team's doing. I mean, I've never got that. I mean, it changes nothing about themselves as people. Don't learn anything from it other than their team's done well. Kicking a piece of leather about a piece of grass. I mean, you've got to hand it to these occultists. Look, we'll dumb them down. We'll make them so characterless and bland that the only way that they can feel some kind of bonding socially is to, collectively wear a bunch of colours and all the rest of it. Because, hey, put your national flag anywhere around you, as in your house, outside your house, for argument's sake. Oh, racist, bigoted, blah, blah, blah. But if you're covered from head to toe in the shit, based around the legitimacy of going to watch grown adults kick a piece of fucking leather about a piece of grass, and with no shame feel that this is such a fucking important thing in your life. Yeah, I'm possibly going to lose a few subscribers just on that one, but in all honesty, I think football is one of the, if there's a chance we look and things get better and we look back historically where we've really fucked up as society, it's the embracement of things like football. Rugby, not so much in the sense that, yeah, okay, it's grown men, tackling each other and chucking another type of ball. But it toughens people up. It really does. And if somebody's going to say football toughens you up, oh, fuck off. Seriously. Hey. Move. Anyway. But in all honesty, and yeah, I suppose even including rugby, it's all been about distraction and what you should give a fuck about and what you shouldn't. But yeah, 3 million dogs. Between now and, well, obviously long before 2030, the World Cup, which is going to be hosted in Morocco. And as one commentator had said, and I read it, the sad thing is, by the time the World Cup comes around, there'll be the same amount of viewers in the UK. Nobody will bat an eyelid. Short memories, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot of truth in that. Even now, probably one or two of you will be like, okay, so they're killing dogs, but you've no problem eating meat. You know, all this pish. Seriously. Dogs, good God, when you look at the survival of humanity, no, seriously, one of the earliest and ultimately successful bonds has been between dogs and humanity. Seriously, historically, if you look at it. But dogs, like other animals and creatures and all the rest of it, well, they've fallen out of favour for agendas because, well, aren't we being told more by the day in the UK? Well, we should have dog-free zones because our new neighbours don't like dogs. And do we really need to have dogs in rural areas and, you know, all the rest of it? And you keep hearing that. I've covered it even recently. They're coming for your dogs, yeah. Did that, 3 weeks ago? But yeah, so literally killing dogs by the tens upon tens upon tens of thousands. And ultimately, over the next few years, 3 million. Because of a fucking football competition. Seriously. And my comment was, imagine I actually got a comment through, for kicking a ball about, they kill these dogs by the million. Seriously. Top comment, another place to never visit. Second most popular. It is absolutely awful, these poor dogs, how anyone can go to these countries. But seriously, with the dumbing down and... See, I keep saying this, that the public are as much to blame for things as the accountants. And what I mean by that, nobody blinked an eye about all these fucking Asdas and all the rest of it, and these retail parks, etc., and they knew, or pretty much most of the items were coming from China, never realising that industry was being destroyed, textile industry in the UK. I mean, you had towns and villages and cities that were well known, and rightly so, with a global reach, worldwide reach, of high quality textiles. Nah, Georgian Asda or whatever in Tesco's or blah blah blah. Yeah, skills offshore. Well, if I get a cheaper internet connection. Oh, by the way, how is that working out? It just got shitter and shitter and shitter when it came to resolving anything with somebody where English is not their first language. Yeah, there is a bit of a fight back on that. I'm with a company that anybody that I have to speak to absolutely crystal clear understands what I'm saying to them. I understand completely what they're saying to me, and things are resolved like that. None of this should be rocket science. But in our pursuit of, well, if it costs us less, and you will be saying by now, oh, what's this got to do with dog Scott? Over time, we're turning into the places that we're offshoring whatever, skill-based wise, you know, call centers, India, Pakistan, blah, 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 China, wherever. And the thing is, none of these places really have the same shared values as us. And we're being inundated with the same values on a daily basis with our new, and I would say for most of the British population, unwelcomed visitors that are, well, they're not just visiting, they're staying. And they're at the front of the queue for everything. And you know, by the day, you're hearing dog stories and demonising dogs, and now they're talking about nearly 70 breeds of dogs that they no longer want to be illegal in the UK. Illegal, seriously. Meanwhile, 3 million dogs in one country. And just out of curiosity, I thought, what was the main religious? What was the main religion of that country? 99.68% Islam. There is a connection. Seriously. This will make no sense to most people, but oh my god, honestly. As we devolve character wise, I'll speak to you soon.